Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for joining. I know this particular episode's kind of been drug on and on and on. I just wanted to make sure I've had all of the media in place and everything correct on my dates. And I've just wanted to make sure that it's like just absolutely spot on. And so we are here finally. So thanks for joining. Please like, subscribe, share this out. Like I said on X earlier, like I am not an echo chamber person. Okay. I don't have allegiances to any content creator. It's just me by myself doing this as a lone wolf, period. Okay. You're never going to hear me talking points, be an echo person. If someone is not acting correctly, if something needs to be called out, if something's not on the up and up, then I'm absolutely going to talk about it. I don't give a shit who you are, what your name is. The just trust me, bro, or sis days are over. Okay. Like, the people deserve more. Okay. And so that's going to be the first thing that I get into. Got this guy pulled up. We'll come back to Mr. Mike. A couple of days ago, or let's see, it's Wednesday. So this would have been last week, I guess. Hell, this might even have been Monday. Yeah, this was Monday. Baron Coleman talked about your humble host, Blake, on his show. Let's listen.
Set up, more setup, a little more setup. Oh, yeah. Oh, for the haters who acted like I misused a source's piece of information. This may be too inside baseball for a lot of you. But I was accused, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, your humble host was accused of misusing source information. Nothing could be further from the truth. Allow me, if you will, just a moment to pull up what did they delete their things? They must have deleted them. Interesting. I was accused of misusing the photo I put up the other day of the burn on, or the negative space or whatever it was on Charlie Kirk's body, because Blake Bednarz did one of the snakiest, nastiest, most disgusting things I've seen done in a long time. I don't record phone calls. I don't broadcast phone calls to people who don't know they're being broadcasted. I think that's snake behavior. I think it loses trust from people forever. Happens in this business far too often. And that's what happened the other night. Maybe last night. I can't remember when it was. But Blake Bednarz reached out to Charles McClintock Wilson, the person who provided me the photo that I clipped and sent up the other night. Charles gave a really kind of weird answer when Blake asked if he allowed me to put that up, if he gave me permission to put that up. And I had to drop the text chain on X.
Listen to this one more time.
Up the other night, Charles gave a really kind of weird answer when Blake asked if he Blake Bednarz reached out to Charles McClintock Wilson, the person who provided me the photo that I clipped and sent up the other night. Charles gave a really kind of weird answer when Blake asked if he allowed me to put that up, if he gave me permission to put that up. And
remember that right
there. I
had
to drop the text chain on X. I can't find it because I think they've all deleted their challenge of me after I put the receipts up on X today. So I'm looking at my replies. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. Yeah. They all accused me of fabricating or lying about getting written permission. I just want to show this for the haters. If this doesn't interest you, we'll be done with this in about 30 seconds. But this is the permission. This is Charles McClintock Wilson. This is me, Friday morning, the morning I put it up. Hey, this is Baron. Can you hit me back when you get stirring? Hey, Baron, what's up, brother? I'd like to use one small portion of that photo, cropped to show only a small part of his chest. No face, no dripping blood or gore. okay. Like, what more do you want? I even talked to him on the phone and double confirmed it. So shut up. Contend with the picture, not the permission. You're contending with the permission. Contend with the picture, not the permission. Okay, with that, I want to get to the opening statement. Because I've had to swat away the haters. They're just growing in number. They're horrific.
Okay, number one, this was completely misleading. It also led to a massive attack on me. I received a number of death threats because for some reason, Baron and Candace command a relentless army, militia, whatever you want to call it, of, I don't know if they're real people or if they're bots or what, but the moment that the word gets out or gets issued from their General Coleman or General Owens, you better get ready, because it is a fury that gets unleashed. It's something that no one, unless you've been in my position, has ever had to deal with or could even possibly understand. I can certainly tell you that Baron has absolutely no clue what it's like to be on the receiving end of this. Okay. Because he's lockstep with the biggest, who I think is actually using a big bot farm or bot militia, is Candace. You know, he's lockstep with her. So he wouldn't ever experience that. So back to this point, what Baron is making, Baron made it seem to his audience that I deliberately called Charles during a weekend space to specifically ask Charles about Baron. That is exactly how Baron made that seem. And it could not be further from the truth, okay? It couldn't. Here is the backstory. We had been going, me and there were, I don't know, a few thousand people in this space listening for a couple of hours, and we're just talking in circles. We're talking about speculation upon speculation upon speculation on things about this photograph that may or may not be correct or accurate. And quite frankly, I'll let you listen to the lead up. I simply said to myself, you know what? I am so sick and tired of all of this speculative talk. I'm just going to call him and I'm going to ask him just genuine questions, so that, guess what? In the name of absolute transparency, I can report exactly how it went down, instead of what every other account, Diligence, Barron's, Candace's, anybody out there that's doing any sort of reporting or pretending to, they don't bring anything like this. They don't bring any receipts. They just sit there and talk to you and tell you what you need to hear. It may or may not be accurate. And I can tell you, this will be a prime example of what Baron just did back on Monday, of why it is absolutely important to have things played out so that you, the listener, the consumer, can make up your mind for yourself without someone throwing it in the Coleman kitchen and spinning it up, cooking it up, whatever. Okay? That's what you deserve as a listener, as someone that's a consumer of this Charlie Kirk investigation that belongs to us all. Okay? I'll play this first and then we'll talk about it. This is the lead up to the phone call being out.
Well, it's out of order, so that would indicate that it has been edited in some way. You can go on
If
his
you can
website and look.
identify if any photo is missing, that is really worth reporting, because he has stated very definitively that he has posted everything. It's all out there. It's all on his website except for that one photo. Now, I think we all don't believe that that's true, but I think it would be especially
I'm gonna call
helpful
his
to
ass
be
right
able
now.
to prove that it's.
I just had 2 individuals on my space that are speakers allege that Charles McClintock Wilson has done funny business with his photographs. 2 individuals make serious allegations against Charles McClintock Wilson, who has had his album out on the internet since, I don't know the exact date, but I can say it was definitely within the September, October range of 2025. What do I say? I'm going to call his ass. Like, this is ridiculous. I can't believe I'm hearing this. I'm going to call him.
Absolutely, Carrie. But Blake, calling him, you think he's going to tell you the truth when he, has quite possibly been paid off or something by TPUSA? We don't even know if he's in the country legally. I mean, I'm not trying to get whatever, but it's just the facts. Sorry.
Can you not call off Instagram?
I don't know. I thought you had his phone number.
You
I thought I did too. Hang on.
Yeah, you can call through Instagram and through X.
Okay, hang on.
It's just none of that stuff has ever made sense to me. The position that he was in, the instinct.
Oh yeah, I do have it.
To make this jump and run and anticipate where they were going, all of these things, like that's just not normal behavior. I don't care how savvy of a photographer that you are.
Okay.
Because he was not there even technically, like he was there just hoping. He wasn't there on assignment. He was there hoping that someone would buy his photos after the fact. I mean, I can go on and on about this. Anyway, I'll be quiet.
Okay, I need to add someone as a co-host, and then I got to switch.
Or
he did. I keep speaking for interest? I don't know. It's a little sus to me, and wanted to be there. He just went. So Carrie, yes, my recollection is that he had said that he had tried to reach out to them, TPUSA, I guess, for like media credentials, and that he didn't hear back, but he just went there like thinking that, I think he said he and his wife or partner, whatnot, like were interested in Charlie Kirk, and so they just wanted to be there. He ends up, getting his way all the way to basically the front row. And I don't know, it's a little sus to me. And in some of the photos that I've seen, I even think that there is potentially something in his ear. Looks to me, I mean, maybe he had
It's double earrings. Nope.
Whoa.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Double earrings.
Do you have a better photo that you'd like to share?
100%. Yes.
You do? Okay. Well, interesting. Okay. Well, one of the photos that I have looks different. So I'll just say that.
You want to post it together?
I'm not allowed to post this one, as though it was kind of getting his name out there on like kind of the internet record beforehand, but I can't find anything of substance at all. Okay, so a lot to unpack right there. Basically, we've got accusations of him moving around the order of the photographs on his website. We've got accusations of editing photos. We've got accusations of possibly questioning one's immigration status. We've got questions of if he's wearing an earpiece, like he is in communication with someone. I've seen the photos. I've seen stuff. Charles McClintock Wilson has his ears two pierced, like double, I guess it's called double piercing. And he had like 2 gold rings in each ear.
I've asked and asked and asked. I mean, this is not the first time this has come up. If you see that he's got an earpiece in, why don't you post the photograph? Like, post it. Like, let's see it. Because I see 2 earrings. You can verify this on other interviews that he's done. And this sort of speculation is injecting and sowing a shitload of unnecessary doubt into this. And it's absolutely the reason that I said to myself, this is ridiculous. I'm just going to call him. I'm just going to call him and ask him, like, hey, dude, can I have the photograph? I've already asked him maybe 3 or 4 times, once on Instagram or twice on Instagram, once in a text. He gave me his cell phone. This was all a long time ago. This was like fourth quarter 2025, first quarter 26. And then it just kind of fizzled out and then came roaring back whenever Baron and Candace decided to go in with their, dynamic duo theory of things this past week. Siri, hush. Siri, turn off. So that was the goal, was, hey, I'm going to ask one more time. Maybe Charles has changed his mind and I can get the photograph right now and we can cut through all this BS. So I'm going to play the actual call, and I want you to listen and ask yourself, does Blake bring up Baron's name one time?
Here we go.
I think that's really fucked up, by the way, to call somebody.
You think it's dumb?
I wouldn't do that, but you're doing it.
No. Charles.
Who's this?
Bednars.
Who?
Bednars, Blake Bednars.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? Charles,
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, what's up, man?
I will love you forever if you will share the photo, bro.
Man, I'm honestly, I'm done with the whole thing.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm just like,
You don't want my love forever?
no, man. It's just like, there's so much crap. I've been getting so much crap to like emails and things.
I understand it, but do you understand that would stop it all? Like,
He said, I've been getting so much crap, like with emails and stuff.
you just put it out?
Yeah, I just made a decision, and I actually deleted the photo. Like, I gave it to Baron. Baron told me like, oh yeah, I'm gonna delete it or whatever. He didn't delete it, and he posted it just today. So I'm just like done with it.
So you didn't like give him the green light?
Told me like, oh yeah, I'm gonna delete it or whatever. He didn't. Yeah, I just made a decision, and I actually deleted the photo. Like, I gave it to Baron. Baron told me like, oh yeah, I'm gonna delete it or whatever. He didn't delete it, and he posted it just today.
So he just said, Charles McClintock Wilson brought up Baron's name and said that, yeah, Baron said that he's going to delete it and that he didn't. Charles McClintock Wilson is implying through the way he said that something was not done correctly.
I'm just like done with it.
And he's just done with it.
So you didn't like give him the green light?
Well, I just told him. He called me. He was like, "Oh, is it okay if I share a little thing?" But I didn't. I'm sick and tired.
I understand, but
yeah, that's my thing.
But
I released all of those photos.
Have any of that stuff changed? Like, has anything changed on your website?
No, everything's still the same.
Like same photos, nothing's changed.
Same everything. Yeah, and that photo is not gonna do it. It's not gonna cause it's not gonna break this case like a lot of people are thinking.
Well, so what's the big deal?
That's not just. Yeah, I don't know. He's just like, we just done with it, dude. Like,
He's just done with it, dude. He's done with it.
Are you gonna be around? Are you gonna be around for the trial or for the hearing?
oh yeah, I've been covering vacations day one, so I'm always there.
Okay,
It's
well,
just like,
I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna get a photo with you.
so you're gonna be there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, but I'm honestly done with this whole thing, the whole Florida stuff. Yeah.
Okay, well, if you reconsider, I mean, I just want you to just consider the fact that it would probably cut all of that out of the scrutiny. Okay.
It is.
All right, man.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks for calling, though.
You bet. You bet. Have a good night. I'll see you soon. Voila.
Why didn't you tell him that you were broadcasting like across the internet? Or did you tell him that beforehand? Blake?
Kelly.
Okay, so Kelly is the one who has said stuff's changed on his website. Stuff has been doctored, edited, questioned immigration status, and then all of a sudden she's now concerned that I have called someone and asked him just simple questions as, can I have the photo? And honestly, I was just going to ask him, did you change anything on your website, like what you just alleged? And he is the one who brought up Barron's name. Okay. And quite frankly, like, it's so benign. I don't understand what warranted Barron to take that angle that he did, calling me a snake, when quite frankly, that's the most transparent thing that anybody could have ever done. I live in Texas. It's a one-party state. Charles lives in Utah. It's a one-party state. I didn't ask Charles anything edgy. I didn't ask him or press him on his immigration status or anything like that. I just simply asked if I could have the photo and did you change anything on your website? And then Kelly, who is supposed to be an investigative journalist, goes and starts to guilt trip me in front of thousands on the space like I did something incorrect and wrong. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. And what Barron did on Monday is completely uncalled for. He knows exactly what he did because he knows that he greenlit the attack army to go after me, which is exactly what they did. So all in all, I'm not going to apologize for doing anything. If you people that watch this, that follow me, if you want to have someone like Diligent Denizen just post up in front of his steering wheel talking about he went and did this interview with this owner of this steakhouse and just talks to you about what was said without any sort of backup proof of anything, making some pretty serious allegations about what was just discussed and disclosed in this interview without backing a single shred of it up. If that's what you want, then you know what? Like, go ahead and leave right now. I am not going to do that. I'm going to report and do things in the manner in which I expect things to be done because I have that kind of respect for you, the listener. If it's something that's not going to pass my bar, that's going to be weird to me, I'm not going to do it. Or I'm going to go the extra mile to convince someone that they need to let this out. Okay? But for whatever reason, this got a lot of people's panties in a wad. Barron, I'm sorry you got your panties in a wad, man. I hope they're better now. I really do. I didn't say your name, dog. Charles did. Charles did. All right. So let's jump into this new development with these new photographs. Okay. Tried to think where to start, and a little backstory is this right here. This guy named Michael pops up onto the scene pretty much out of nowhere. And I mean that. Like, doesn't really have a Facebook presence, doesn't have a presence on X, hasn't really talked anything outside of just some hardcore MAGA styled memes reposting on Facebook. It's literally been non-existent. I'm talking like a couple of posts. It's interesting. Just I'll link his social media profiles in the description, his Facebook and X. So he comes up out of nowhere after the June 25th episode of Candace Owens. And all of a sudden, we've got a guy that's like not only posting what he's calling original photos, but he's talking about the fact that he just sent these photographs to Candace like within the last couple of days, and that they're actually working together. And he's all in on the Rode mic. And all of a sudden, I mean, I think a lot of people's heads began to spin because I started watching all the comments, because this is not natural. This is the absolute opposite of natural. This is like what you would see if something is trying to be force-fed as well as explained over, because people have egg on their face. And these people are never going to come clean on anything. So the best plan B option would be, we're going to bring in somebody that can kind of be the buffer of explaining away the timeline on these photographs, and also try and pull a fast one past us all. I'll explain. Let's go backstory first. I think that's going to be the best way. And I'm going to play this one right here.
I have 6 photos of the inside of that vehicle. We are on the fence about, and I don't know what you guys think in terms of YouTube and showing this, or are we going to have to put this up on the website when we drop all the Egyptian plane logs? I mean, what do we think, guys? I'm letting you, Mark, make a decision here about whether or not. And if we do show this, is obviously like very viewer discretion advice. People have watched crime scenes on the news. Should we, what do you think? You think the one we'll show one of them that's not so gory? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think the back row is probably the best. Like, this is just so you guys know that we're not making up that we have these photos. We have these photos, and they tell a story. And I think it's important to share these photos with people, which I'm going to do. Investigators, when I say investigators, I mean like mommy sleuths and investigators on the ground who have been looking into the story and not accepting the Fed slop. I think it's a good thing. All right. So first, let us begin with the photos in.
Okay.
Investigators.
I want you to pay attention to the middle row seats are still there. The bag is there, the whatever those yellow things are, and of course the black plastic pieces of something, okay? This is December the 17th, 2025.
When I say investigators, I mean like mommy sleuths and investigators on the ground who have been looking into the story and not accepting the Fed slop. I think it's a good thing. All right, so first, let us begin with the photos inside the van. We had only showed one. I'm going to show you this one here so that you guys can take this. Here is a closer bit. I do want to point out that it does very much look to me like there is some sort of shattered glass in the back. I know some people think that this could be a part of his mic that he had on him. And so I just want to say that I do see that all across the back seat.
So very subtle. Here we are now. We're March 12th. This is after yours truly pretty much continued to not forget about the fact that we're owed other photographs. She said 6. We've only gotten 1. And here we are now. She's talking about, we hear microphone.
They had told us this story about how they had so much gauze and so much and all this stuff. We were able to find basically what you see in the corner there that kind of
This
looks
is
like
the
a
middle
UPS
row.
ticket, like a UPS, yeah, I guess you could say a UPS package ticket. What that is actually Instaclot, and which is essentially instant gauze, and there's just one on the floor. So unless he opened one and then put the rest of the packaging in his bag, which would be unusual, there's only one on the floor there that we could see. Hopefully, again, having looked through these photos and taking a look around, if you are one of the people, and this is another side angle, if you are one of the people that has been working on this story, you can, hopefully I'll just see you in the online universe and I can share these photos with you. Because again, this now feels important, and I don't trust. I have no understanding as to why Turning Point USA would not share every piece of footage they have.
All right, so you heard Candace, and in her own words, she's very open and willing to sharing these 6 photographs with all of us. I'm going to skip forward right quick to, and here we go. So we have, she put out in March.
And I have one more. This one has not been seen by anyone.
Okay, so we have December 17th. We've got the mention of 6 photographs, but she only shows one. We've got March 12th. She shows 2 more, mentions the mic. And then now we've got April 22nd, and we have Barron, because I've continued to be like, hey, we're still missing 3 photographs. We're still missing 3 photographs.
And I will warn you, before anyone panics, this is very heavily redacted. And it's heavily redacted for a very good reason. I don't want to go into the reason why, but it's very heavily redacted. But I feel like everything that's valuable in this image has been saved. So I don't want anyone complaining, oh, he's gatekeeping, he's heavily redacting images. I am. I admit it. But I feel like all of the important stuff has been saved. And really, there's only a couple of important things that I see in here. So let me share this with you. A very heavily redacted exterior of the SUV. You can see here some sort of, I don't know if these are scratches or if they look like scratches to me of some sort. And the reason I'm showing this is there was discussion on the police scanner, if you recall, that there might have been some sort of a struggle in the vehicle. One of the police scanners said they were following a vehicle. Someone was hanging out. They thought there might be another victim, that they were not aware of what was going on in the car. And so I wanted to show the exterior for a couple of reasons. One is it possible, and I don't know, is it possible these scrapes and scratches came during some sort of an event that happened while the car was moving? Like somebody's equipment or zipper on their jacket or something hanging off of their belt was flapping against the car while they're doing 60, 80, 100 miles an hour, as Brian Harpole described, going down. Totally staged, bro. So they cleaned up all the blood and then sprinkled the fragments on top of the seat. Do we know where the missing 3 photographs are and who sent these to TCO? Things aren't adding up. I know I've seen all the 6 photos. That's okay. One of them I showed you today. It was just heavily redacted. I've seen the other 2 as well. They showed nothing. All they show is the front of the car and the back of the car. There's nothing at all visible. There's nothing. That's why I didn't bother showing them. There's nothing at all pertaining to the case. Like there's no evidence. There's no anything. It just shows that it's a 2024 Yukon and it shows the license plate. And I wasn't sure about showing the license plate on here because people get all weirded out anytime you show anything remotely personal. So I didn't show that one. And the other one just shows the grill and the lights. So those are the photos. The other one is the one I heavily redacted. So those would be pictures 4 and 5, the front and back. And the 6th photo is the side of the car. And I just heavily redacted it. There's a reason, but I don't want to go into it.
Okay, so let's get into what's my point here. Here is my point. We now know for a fact that the vehicle on Friday, September 19th, was made ready to get gone. What do I mean by that? You see all these pictures down here? All of these photos down here? Here they are. And it's actually the same guy that's in the reflection of the photographs that Candace released on her show, June 24th, as this new development, something new. We've got now 4 new photographs. You can see the same guy wearing the same stuff after he just finished making ready the vehicle. Barron had a photograph with more than likely 99% it was blood, not scratches, because everything's been washed off. And this is September the 19th. Here's the other side. They got the tag off. There he is with his vest. It's made ready. It's probably about to literally leave the lot. Front. Same date. You can see it. Friday, September 19th. Voila. On Friday, September the 19th, the captain's chairs in the middle row are removed and the carpet has been cut out. So we can definitively say that the photographs that Candace had early on that was reported around on December the 17th to all of us, she's had all of these photographs and she's known about all of this. Yet, this is what we've gotten, is an attempt to slow roll, to basically push out what I believe was a grand scheme plan all along to push the microphone. What do I mean by that, and how can I even begin to attempt to explain it? Here's what I mean. This is very important context on this tweet right here. The people that are involved, along with the people that are trying to facilitate the best possible outcome on covering this up, given the colossal failure that took place at UVU on the 10th of September, 2025, they understand and knew early on that there was a massive problem with what was recorded and with what's been circulating. So when you know that there's a massive problem with what people, normies, have, you have to basically plan for a number of scenarios. You have to kind of go through what I would consider kind of like a war game exercise. What happens if this goes this way? What happens if this goes this way? What happens if this goes this way? And then you have to plan all of the steps, even though you might not use something until June or July or August the next year. You have to plan for it right then and there and immediately so that you can have something to use later on. You might not ever use it. It depends. You don't know how the story is going to unfold. So you have to go with it. On September the 17th, around this date, this is the first time that John Bray comes out from his place in Oklahoma and goes really, really batshit crazy on tweeting. And I'm not making that up. You can easily screen record or go back in and look at his tweets. If you go and do an advanced search on X, just type in the parameters with his username that you want, like September 1st through September 30th or whatever. And you can literally see all the tweets. And I'm not kidding y'all. Like, it's literally all of a sudden from September 11th, 12th, 13th, and then all of a sudden 14th, 15th, he blows up. And we're talking hardcore into the PETN discussion with the battery. September 17th. I ask myself, I understand John is a very intelligent person, but it's almost too perfect. It's almost like too soon to be quite. I'm trying to figure out, would it be normal with the photographs and video that we had released on September 17th or 16th to literally, I mean, this is what they're going with right here and now, July 1. Not only that, but they've got this battery thing right here, and it was found in the SUV. It's too perfect. It literally is too perfect. So you're thinking, okay, Blake, what are you getting at? Like, what's your point? My point is this. Number one, Candace, Barron, and this Michael, and the person that was there at the lot, in my opinion, they have all lied their asses off. September the 10th, we have the SUV leaving right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days later, we've got John Bray talking about PETN, the mic battery, the battery. Then that really only leaves if they are going to stage something inside the SUV. And there's been talk of all of this mic explosion thing. And if they're wanting to set things up to where they can eventually lay it out that a mic exploded, they have relatively short time to do this. I'm talking a day after or 2 days after, depending on when those photos were taken on the 19th. But I can tell you on September the 19th, the vehicle had the seats removed, the carpet cut out, it was made ready, and it was more than likely moved off to a different part of the state or a different lot. We know what the records say, but all in all, there cannot be any more photos that were taken after September the 19th. That is the hard deadline date that the vehicle changed, meaning the seats were removed and the carpet cut out. So I don't understand why this person named Michael just pops up onto the scene like he's just now breaking information or photographs to Candace that she's had this entire time. She's had this entire time. Let's listen to a little bit of his interview. And I want y'all to ask yourself, does this seem normal? Is this normal? Does this feel normal where this ghost just all of a sudden gets activated back on X and Facebook he decides to post these photographs on Facebook that he's not active on ever. And then a few people catch wind of it, and then it slowly gets reposted, reshared over the next couple of days, to which Allie, with Allie Top Files, is going live with other people ready to go. She starts talking about it, and lo and behold, within a matter of a few minutes, this dude is in her chat. And then a few minutes later, he's now joining her stream. Let's listen.
Here. Thank you so much for joining.
He says, I sent them to Candace Thursday night.
So what is the dealio? I heard it went from Facebook and then it went to X. These pictures, they're super clear.
Yeah, I posted them on Facebook first, and then right after on X, and then I sent them over to Candace.
Now, do you work there, or you can't say, or how did you get them?
I don't work there, but I accessed them from a guy who does, and I handed this guy. I see this guy every week at work, and he comes in and he told me he had them, and I had handed him for weeks to try to get them. And basically told him I wasn't gonna do that. Didn't send him, and he decided that he shipped over to me, and he did, and then I posted everything and let everybody know right away once I got him. I just had a feeling there was something about it.
You were the holy one that
when he told me he had those, that there was going to be something in there that clarified everything, and that's exactly what happened. So,
wow. So you are.
Did y'all? He said, like, there's something in there that's going to clarify everything. I mean, y'all, this is stuff they've had since before September 19th.
The holy one.
He's the holy one.
Yeah, and I came back just in time to see Baron's and Candace's like big shows this week. Amazing.
Yeah. Explosive.
Explosive to say.
So what you're seeing in real time are the low-level puppets propping up the bigger echo chambered accounts and the actual main one, which is Candace. Like, that's all of these people all fall in line underneath Mama. I call Candace Mama because that's just how I vision this. Is Mama's up here, and then there's everyone branches out, and then there's new, like, Mama adopts a new podcaster or two or three. What do I mean by that? I'm talking like podcasters just popping up. They did it in January. People just popping up out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, you know, they're just another echo chamber. It's literally, it's bizarre, and it's actually brilliant what they're doing, because it's literally captured the entire conversation, pushing this whatever main element is that Mama wants out. It's brilliant, but it's also terrifying.
The least.
Hello, Michael. You're back. I'm so sorry about that.
oh, good.
So you were saying that you got these pictures from a friend that works there, right?
Yes, it's one of my clients, and he had told me that we were casually talking, and he told me that he had those pictures, and so I had hounded him for weeks to try to get. Every week he came in for his service, I would hound him for it and try to get those pictures, and
I wonder, did they take
pictures?
Wow.
And so following any of this, and so getting it ready to sell. So back
amazing.
on, and so this is really exciting for all of us. So
can you say where the vehicle was, where it was? Was it in a lot or just in like a place?
yeah, it was at It was it was at the lot where they were getting ready to take care of
Cleaning it?
cleaning it up and stuff. Yeah,
Wow.
and getting it ready to sell. So
I just want to clear it up because I thought you were in the reflection. So it's not you. It's a
no, that's not me.
Okay. So
No,
God bless you.
But this is the same guy. So this is before.
As you guys do. So we're all.
You can see the orange vest.
What everything is.
Wow. Well,
Baron.
I wanted to say,
remember
thank you
Baron
so much
described this as scratches.
These are amazing.
Oh, of course. Yeah, he hadn't been following any of this, and so it just came up in conversation one day, and he told me that he's like, "Oh, I cleaned that car," and I was like, "Bro, you got to send me those pictures."
Wow.
And so yeah,
I guess you don't have the VIN, eh? You don't have the VIN number.
No, I don't think so. So I might have access. Like we're gonna try to get some other pictures, but we can't. I don't want to promise anything or say anything about that until.
I wonder, like, did they take
Are you
the
kidding me?
little pieces, the shrapnel pieces? Did anybody take a piece of it so you can analyze it?
No, I don't think so.
Oh man.
No, I don't think so. Like that was something new that came out. Like once we saw the pictures, so.
Wow.
But it did confirm the broken mic, and for me, I don't know what I'm thinking is that there's no.
This guy cuts hair. This guy's a barber in Salt Lake City who has absolutely been nowhere over the last 10 months. And he just said on Allie's stream that it confirms the exploding mic. Are you fucking kidding me?
There's no way that glass is all over and got broken like that without something significant happening to that microphone. And he got shot on the.
Do you think that's like a lot? But that's like a lot for me. I've seen how it's been broken before. That's a lot of shrapnel to be one road mic. Do you agree with that? Like that's a lot.
Yeah, and I don't know if you think about it. I don't know the way I was thinking about it with a cell phone. The only way you can get a cell phone glass to break out like that is if you have to put a hole right through it in order for it to break out like that. Because it's got the sticky stuff all over.
What does that mean?
It's gonna stay together.
Yeah. If we have those pieces, we can test. I wonder if I always thought that Candace bought the vehicle. So I want to know the vehicle.
Yeah, no, I would have bought it if I would have known it was
so funny.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Teresa wants to have you on her show.
Yeah.
Like everybody's
Cool. Yeah.
So Mike, you're in.
Yeah, of course.
Are you
and
in
I'm
Utah?
just like you guys. I don't have many. I am.
You should
So
want to
we're
ask.
in,
Want to
I'm in
ask
Salt
you a
Lake
question,
County,
yeah.
though.
You're where?
I'm sorry. I'm in Salt Lake County, so I'm away from all this happened in Utah County. I'm in Salt Lake County, so in the Salt Lake Valley.
Okay, so how far are you from Provo?
We're probably 40 miles, 30 miles. So it's about a half-hour drive.
Okay. Are you going to the hearings?
No, I don't think so. It's as far as I'm concerned, it's a kangaroo court. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the bricks and figs stuff that's going on. It's kind of a little side story that I've kind of followed, but there's extreme police and government corruption here. That's kind of it's a whole other topic, but I definitely don't have confidence in the judicial system and.
We have so many questions, Michael. We have so many questions. Like, when were these photos taken? It's so important. I don't know if you know that.
I don't. It must have been. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They must have been fairly soon after this all happened. I would imagine.
Okay. So the pictures on the pictures don't have a time or date on it or anything.
No, he just texted them over to me. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure. I would imagine because of how clean the car looks on the outside that it hadn't been rained on. So I'm imagining it was within a couple days because there's no dirt, there's no grime. Utah weather, like we have a lot of like just weird weather where it rains sporadically, windstorms, like all the sand and dirt everywhere.
He's saying check your metadata on your picture. You might see the date on it.
Yeah, do you know how to do that, Mike?
Here, let me look. Not the most tech savvy guy.
Yeah, go follow him. I put the link in the chat, guys. I started.
Okay, I'm going to press pause for a second. I want y'all to really think about what is going on. He hounded this individual, this is what Michael said, for weeks and months on end about the photographs. And literally, if you are any sort of critical thinking human being, and I would say probably a third grader or fourth grader, this would be their first question that they would ask about photographs is, what date was this? But all of a sudden, you know, the most important question, literally before who it is that took it, I mean, really, it doesn't even, I mean, it does matter, but it doesn't. The most important thing is what date. This was all before the VIN number was released and we were able to go and pull photographs from different auctions that are on the internet. That, thank goodness, the date September 19th populated on the dash so that we could see it. Because all of a sudden the window just completely shrunk in and closed in on things. And it's actually just completely damning for Candace. Absolutely. Like, this is the biggest story. This is probably why she got the fuck out of town, that no one is talking about. You won't hear anybody talk about it because they're all on her team. They're all echo chambered little chillins underneath mama. But this right here is the biggest disaster that could face Candace right now, is the fact that not only are they trying to pull a fast one on us and pretend that all of a sudden these photographs just got released at the end of June, like they're flat out caught lying about it, because we know Candace had these photographs at least on or before December 17th, 2025, when she talked about having 6 photographs. It is the same guy taking the same photos with the same angle, moving stuff around now. It's all happening right there. The make ready guy is doing the photographs before, then he goes and pulls out the seats, cuts out the carpet, washes it, and then does more pictures. And then it's probably gone. This is a disaster for Candace Owens, because not only that, but we now have, and these are my main questions. Let me just start with this. Main questions with this guy is, I believe he's been in contact with Candace since early September, like somewhere between September 10th and September 19th. Okay. I am not saying that John Bray is absolutely involved in the setup or cover up. It's unique in the way that Candace has phrased the things that John Bray was looking for. That's what I've been looking for. That's like the missing, Candace just all of a sudden comes up with this missing photograph of something that I've been looking for, that they've known about since at least before September 19th, when everything got taken out. The seat, or not everything, but the captain's chairs in the middle row and the carpet. So was it somebody with Candace or Candace knowing we've got a big problem and we need to go ahead and get some stuff staged so that we can push this if shit hits the fan in 2026 or beyond. So we need to have these potentially because the SUV is going to be gone. Like we've got to do this now. We have to have stuff now. So was it John involved? I don't know. I have my questions about John because for someone that's so smart, I cannot for the life of me square that you would think all of these shards and these pieces just fell out, spread out, scattered out perfectly without any blood being wrapped up in it. I mean, it looks, I can't even believe they went with this because it feels and looks so staged. And what they're describing happened absolutely. It would never happen in a million years. Just like the 30-06 from the roof never happened, would never happen in a million years. Okay. It's the same thing. The fact that you can use your head and know that a 30-06 deer rifle or Mauser 98 from World War I or II did not absolutely, it's disgusting to say, but literally blow Charlie's head off. It's the same thing to think that these shards are from the microphone that somehow exploded, but maintained its continuity all the way to the vehicle and then just released from his shirt without any blood or anything on it. I believe that this individual at the yard, whoever it is, assisted in spreading this stuff out in a attempt to set up the staged bit of it, and they just slow walked it out until the timing was right, until everything went. And because the guy at the yard doesn't want his face on anything, they have to have a pivot person. Well, who's the pivot person? The pivot person is Michael.
Go follow Michael.
It's still super clean. There's no dust on it. It's a black car, so if it was in there for a week or two, it'd have.
Oh my goodness! Like right after, like maybe a day after, or I'm thinking the same day. But
when I talk to him, he should be coming back Thursday. I should see him Thursday. So when I see him Thursday, I'll ask him what, or maybe I'll send him a text and ask him how long after it was.
Guys, look how clear that is, Michael. Super clear.
They're pretending that these photographs were just released. I want you to hear the astonishment in Allie's voice. Like, these are super clear. Y'all, these have been released, but only to Barron, because Barron did the same thing. Barron zoomed in on all of this shit on his show on April 22nd. Like, why are we pretending that these photographs are just now being released by Michael on June 25th, 26th? Why? Like, Barron had these photographs on April 22nd. I'm at 10:25. This is April 22nd show. Barron is zooming in.
You see that right there in the middle? Take it in isolation. I might not know exactly what that was. But does that look a lot like down here? And I saw this little piece and it caught my eye and I thought, well, that's. So I scanned the rest of the seat and I see this. Do you see this over here? All up in this seat crack right here?
The photos have been out since at least September 19th. And they have been sat on by absolutely 1,000 trillion, 100 billion, million, gazillion % Candace Owens. She has sat on them. She has gate kept them. And I don't know when she actually handed them off to Barron or that Barron has had them. She pretended not to even know his name. On one of her episodes in October, she called him the Google Trends guy. Who's that Google Trends guy? It's very, I'm not buying it, I'm not believing it, but it doesn't matter, whatever. They've had these photographs and they've sat on it. And I don't know why, other than the fact of there's really no good time or timing to release this really all in on the exploding mic thing. And you just got to take the whole shot when you can. And that's what this was. I guess right before the hearing was the best bet on that. So that literally you can prop up.
I found some web results.
Siri, please, Siri, turn off. If that's kind of the thinking that we're just going to release it now, and in a couple of weeks, the probable cause hearing is going to take over the massive chunk of the narrative, the story, and that's the plan. I don't know, but I can tell you this much, that for this guy, Michael, to be thrust into the scene and pretend that he is working with Candace now, that they're trying to figure something out, is absolutely hilarious. That this guy even pretends for one instant that he's going to just pop in during the third week of June and all of a sudden be, one of the most hardcore advocates for the exploding mic theory. Like, it's insane, actually. It's insane. It almost makes me believe that there's people that are like consulting with Candace on how to do this, and that's the same people that consulted with the Utah people on how to do a cover up. It's so unbelievable.
When I talk to him, he should be coming back Thursday. I should see him Thursday. So when I see him Thursday, I'll ask him or maybe I'll send him a text and ask him how long after it was.
Guys, look how clear that is. Michael, that is super clear. Oh my goodness.
Imagine if we would have had these just in December.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, when Candace first talked about them. Can y'all imagine how further along we would be?
Quick plot. Look at all this shrapnel here underneath the water bottle. I was showing people earlier.
What I was saying about that back piece is it almost looks like it was used as, if you imagine using a cigar as a gun barrel.
Okay.
You roll scrap paper and you put the explosive in the one end, you got the bullet in the other. You have it inside the microphone, and then once that thing blows up, it kind of maybe falls out.
That's so bizarre. That piece we can't. Do you know what I think it is? So you see this here, right? You see this rip in the bag?
Yeah.
Right here? Okay. So I'm going to show you something. I think it's... I'll show you a picture of what I think it is. And by the way, here's I got that little write-up that what you said. I put this here. Okay. Shout out to Wisha, actually. We did this together here. She said this could be possibly ripped off. Now, I just put this here, okay? It wasn't in the photo, but look at how it's ripped here. Possibly, I don't know.
Right, and that was the other option. So that was like kind of the obvious one of what it looks like. What I don't get though is why does it on the very bottom of that why does it look like it's burnt, and why are the edges so black like that? Why are they so? I mean, I guess they would be rough if you ripped it off, but why does it look so black? And then like on the very bottom of it, it looks like it's almost ash, like it's like burnt
and mixed with blood, right? Can't tell what it is. I literally thought it was, something that he was wearing under his shirt or a piece of the bag.
Right. Well, I'm thinking packing inside of the mic. So it's essentially like the barrel of the minigun that's inside of it. If that's what it was, if it was an exploding mic that shot him through the neck.
Interesting.
When you kind of look at the video, it looks like he's shot from the right side upward, and it's an exit wound.
I want you all to imagine. I want you to imagine your barber that has literally just over the last 10 months just cut your hair, and all of a sudden your barber just goes batshit crazy on the Charlie Kirk case. Like, would that be natural to you? Like, I want you to listen to these sorts of opinions that he has. I mean, y'all, this is this is insane. Like, who is this guy?
Mr. Lecco in the house.
Yeah.
You see, I see you're going to be really popular soon, Michael. Mr. Lecco, we got Michael.
Prop,
he just dropped the pictures. He is the one that sent the pictures to Candace. And we got the clear pictures of the SUV. And I just went live on it. So shout out to Michael.
So there we go again with the framing. Allie is trying to frame everything that Michael just sent these to Candace a couple of days ago. Negative, Ghost Rider. No. Candace has had all of these photographs. Candace has had them all.
Put his I put his link here. His X link is here. He just knows the person that took the photographs, and he asked. Well, you don't know him personally. He just works there, right? Correct, Michael?
Yeah, he's just an employee there.
So he got those pictures from him, and he sent the pictures to Candace. If anybody's just tuning in right now.
Did we go over what prompted? So it took we've had the pictures for a long time. What prompted you to then just go ahead and release them now? What was the timing? How did that all play out?
Well, so at work when I'm providing a service to them, there's a lot of like small talk, and so I talk about a lot of things that I like and that I'm following, and I've been absolutely obsessed with this Charlie Kirk thing since it happened, and it stunk from like the minute that it happened. I knew something was wrong. And so I followed Candace, and I done all that. And as he and I were talking, he's like, "Oh yeah, we're the ones that received his car after it all happened." And I was like, "What?" And he says, "Yeah, and we got some pictures of it." And I was like, "No, you didn't." He's like, "Yeah." And so I've been hounding this guy for weeks, maybe even like months, to try to get me those pictures, and it seemed like he was, I don't think he was reluctant to do it. He just kind of blowing it off.
Wow.
I wasn't going to provide my we're kind of just
cutting out.
No.
Okay. Did y'all hear an answer to the question that was asked by Teresa? Because he absolutely did not answer the question.
Cutting out, Michael, a little bit. Can't hear you. Maybe reception
with that.
Took it, or
as we all are, so
yeah.
So we just don't have anything in the vehicle. You don't know if they took pieces out of it and took it for evidence. You don't know if the people that cleaned it took it, or we don't know anything about that.
No, from what I understand, anything that was left in the vehicle gets put in a black plastic bag, and after they clean it and do whatever they got to do with it, it's just left in the vehicle.
Okay.
And for like the new owner, I guess maybe, or maybe they toss it. I'm not sure what happens to it, but
He literally should not even be speaking on this because he absolutely has no clue.
I just don't know what they do with it.
Zapruder film? What's Zapruder film?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Somebody sent a super chat saying seems to have shades of Zapruder film. I don't know what that is.
Is that like a sticky film?
A sticky film, maybe. I see it's all sticking on the seat as well, like little pieces are like going down the seat.
Well, and somebody had taken that picture, like the picture of the glass, and they were matching like parts of the white to the white lettering on the.
Zapruder is the JFK video. Sorry about that. Sorry. What do you think that when he took a picture of the vehicle on that side, do you think that is a smear mark of blood and dirt?
Yeah, I think it's blood. I think it's blood from the guys that were carrying Charlie.
Okay.
I think it was on their hands, on Charlie, on their clothes. I mean, there was a lot of blood. So I think it was, from the guys getting in. I think it's the one thing that's interesting is watching Frank Turek get in through the back seat.
Yeah.
And like, there's no room really back there. It's like it looks like it barely fits two people. There's all.
Just a little side note, like I know a lot of y'all watched the Sean Ryan interview last night. I mean, is it not funny that this dude is literally involved with Candace? I mean, he's sitting here propping this up like I've never seen something propped before, but like Sean Ryan had no clue who Frank Turek was last night, whether Sean was playing stupid or not. I don't know why or what the angle would be for Sean Ryan to play stupid on that, but he seemed genuinely like, who's Frank Turek? And this dude right here is a barber who hasn't been posting like anywhere. He says he's been following this case like a madman. But let's just face it, like the real people that are, I don't know where he's following the case because he's been absolutely nowhere on social media other than just maybe living in Candace's comments possibly. But it just underscores how nonsensical this is.
That garbage on that back seat. How was he sitting on that back seat helping those guys? I mean, I guess maybe that stuff all got.
Yeah.
Maybe that stuff was throwing me off.
Have to talk.
No, and then just threw the little clumped up piece in the back and maybe got stepped on or something. I don't know. But like I said, it looks like it's burnt though.
Yeah, let me bring up the burnt picture of that. Because you circled this picture here to explain it. And what are your can you explain what you mean by this, please?
So possibly used as a cylinder of sort, like a barrel of a gun. Like almost a makeshift one, and then it was unrolled like a half, like that one layer.
Right.
Did you see where the ash is on the very bottom?
Yeah.
That's like the roll part. That's the roll part, and then it unrolled and maybe got stepped on. I don't know.
It looks burnt to me.
Like what the fuck, y'all? Like
I do not see anything.
Who is this guy?
Well, that's why I think it's the barrel. That's why I thought it was the barrel. Is like it would ash just the end of it.
I'm just gonna try to bring it up, and then there's like you can see here. You can see.
Yeah, because when a bullet comes out, or like that fire, that explosive comes out, it's super hot coming out, and it's going to burn up like the end. But what if it was like some kind of hardened, I don't know, like a fireproof paper almost, but it's so hot that it still burnt just the end of it.
Yeah, it looks like layers.
It does look like layers.
Yeah.
So that's why I said it can't be that.
Yeah, that's 100% that road, Mike.
So this is so important to go over it. And people have tons of questions. You guys have a question for Michael. I don't know how long you have to talk with us here. If you have to go, let me know. But do you think that could be? Do you think it's a road mic shrapnel that's all over the floor?
100%.
100%.
100%. 100%. 110%.
Busted.
110%.
Busted.
Okay.
Y'all.
Yeah, that's
right there. I'm telling y'all, this is all a setup. This is Candace using some dude that's probably a CI for the FBI, some informant, or hell, I don't know. I don't believe that this guy is a barber for one instance. And this guy is literally a barber 100%. He releases the pictures. Who wasn't there? Allie's asking him all these questions. This is too forced. It's too cookie cutter. It's too just, This is insane.
100% that road, Mike. Well, it couldn't be anything else. What else? Like, there's nothing else it could have done.
And the guy that took the photo, the worker, does he think the same thing? Like, what was his?
He doesn't know about any of this.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know anything.
Yeah, he doesn't follow any of this. He has no idea. Man, he's just worried about losing his job. He's like, just don't tell him where you got it from and where you got it from. I don't want to lose my job. And I guess his buddy has some pictures too, but
the only problem I have with the road mic is there's so much of it. So someone said, one road mic or two? I don't know. Maybe they smashed the other one that was in there. That was on. No, they didn't. There was only one. Because the other one.
It has to be smacked.
Motion, like we stepped on it. I'm sure it got smashed. Like,
yeah,
how easy
they
is
don't
it?
break out like that.
Yeah, people.
You could.
In pretty recent, right after, like a day. Someone sent me a message saying the marks on the outside, I guess outside of the vehicle, are from an accident with a motorbike outside UVU, according to police scanner.
That's interesting. I tried to get all the audio recordings from that day, and they wouldn't let me. I only got about.
That's absolutely.
I have it on my YouTube channel, the ones that I do have, but they wouldn't let me have the grandma requests and all that information. They wouldn't let me have the ones, that the FBI and everybody took away. Of course.
Right. Yeah, so he's talking about, I think Keats is the one who sent me that. I don't think he can get the metadata Egyptian.
Notice these comments right here. These never make it on anywhere around Allie's comments and it's absolutely based. This is so based because this person is right. You can literally stage the same photographs, or you can have someone that's there stage them for you. And I can assure you that some little make-ready guy that wears an orange vest to work would absolutely be motivated by money to do whatever. So I'm not surprised one bit that this guy, they're going to go with the fact that he's afraid of losing his job. He's terrified. He's afraid for his life, blah, 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 blah. Because in all actuality, he's probably the one who staged the photograph or staged the bits and pieces, moved things around, took photographs, and then did his make-ready job. there's no other time for it to have been done. We're talking like literally 10 days after the 10th, and this vehicle's gone. So they had one chance to basically create photographs that they're just going to put into the bank and let them sit.
That guy, but he's Michael. You're saying that it was taken pretty.
People.
It's got way more.
And they're just doing their job and just doing the same thing. And I'm not sure if this stuff was replaced. It might have just been removed out of it, and then it's sold as is to somebody to go buy all their own stuff.
I'm certain they wouldn't have let that vehicle go to just anybody.
Well, it's a dealership that specializes in titles that are refurbished or salvage title stuff, cars like that.
Yeah, but do you think if somebody was involved, if the players were involved who we suspect of being involved in a cover-up, would let this be sold to anybody knowing possibly that something could get out and then the vehicle could be found? I find that unlikely.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, it is.
But somebody bought it, right? We don't know who bought it. Do you know who
Yeah,
bought it?
I have no idea.
Whew, that'd be mind blowing.
Yeah.
Thank you to Alley Top Files and the Surprise Live. Yeah, I tried to get a hold of him, and I'm so happy he came on here. Anybody else have questions? Do you have anything else you want to ask, Michael? Oh, he's here. He's back. He's back. Thank you, Michael. Just 1 second. To all the investigators, please keep this employee confidential. Yes, please. And thank you so much, Michael, for sharing these pics. Thank you to.
So this is one of Allie's homegirls that's with her all the time. There is a massive just push for, like, they've said this over and over and over again, that the guy that's in the photograph wearing the vest, like, protect him. And yeah, I mean, I get it. At the end of the day, he's taking photographs. So I don't understand really what there is to protect. I mean, the photographs he took are online on an auction website. It's a vehicle. Just like Candace making a big deal as she's talking in her ear to control center, like, Skylar, hey, I know we've been preparing for this show like over the last 6 hours, but we didn't really talk about if we're going to put out all 6 photographs. It's really gory. Like, what do you think? I'm actually talking to America right now. Actually, I'm talking to the world because we're big now. Yeah. What do you think? Should we put out all 6 photographs? Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's actually a good point because, yep. I agree. Okay. Yeah. We'll just do that one. Yeah. We'll do the back row. Yeah. That's okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, world. In the interest of making sure no one loses their lunch or, we don't intend for anybody to, you guys, go and see a horror movie here at the 4 o'clock hour. We're going to just do the one photograph. Like, are y'all buying that for one instant? That's what she did on December the 17th. But the point is, if you believe that what he did is going to somehow in any way remotely jeopardize him for what is already his job description of taking the photographs, because he's in the photographs on the or on the auctions, all the different auction websites, when you key in that VIN, like, I got news for you. Like, this is all a joke. He has absolutely nothing to be afraid of. Absolutely nothing. You know what he does have something to be afraid of is if he actually staged pieces of black broken something and it's now in the hands, or it had been for a very long time, and now it's the main pushed narrative that's incorrect. And he was the sole reason of that facilitation of those photographs. Now we're talking a different animal, okay? And I have news for everyone out there. If you believe for one instance that the FBI, State Bureau of Investigation, State of Utah, their DPS, their crime lab, their everything, if you have it's insane. If you think that they missed all of that stuff, you're crazy. That stuff was planted in the vehicle when it got to the lot, because they saw the problem that was going to be at some point front and center. Guess what? We are at that front and center some point. Right now, over the last few weeks, I don't know what pushed it over the edge for Candace and Barron to go in this direction to finally start talking about, other than the fact that they probably, I know Candace might have been losing engagement. So you have to keep people hungry. And let's face it, I mean, this is what a majority amount of Americans and people around the world believe, is that something exploded under his t-shirt. So if you're tasked with being a humongous number one, numero uno shill, this controlled opposition psyop, then it's go time. It's go time. They've got to do it. Now's the time. And guess what? Thank goodness we prepared. So Michael comes in to start talking about all of this stuff, because they've got to at least somehow explain away the time differential. I don't know how else to say it. I'll quote Kamala Harris, the passage of time it's hard to explain the passage of time in this regard.
Top Files and the surprise live. Yeah, I tried to get a hold of him, and I'm so happy he came on here. To be honest, like, he didn't have to. Thank you.
There he is.
There he is. Thank you so much, Michael. You are a hero. Oh, everybody's loving you. Yes.
Man, we're just doing God's work.
Doing God's work.
Okay, I'm going to show you this video, Michael. So they're putting him into the vehicle here. I'm going to slow it down. So you're going to look here. Nobody else is wearing a white shirt. I believe that's Charlie's head popping up. I'm going to pause it. They're all pushing him in. And you see his head pop up? Right there. You see that?
There, right there. It's a little more there.
You guys see that? You see that, Michael?
Kinda.
Looks like something, a face pops up in that window from the other
Right
side
there.
of the window.
They're bringing him in. They're bringing him in. I'll start over again. He's over there. Rick Cutler is literally going around that side. He's not even in the vehicle yet. And there.
Like, what?
Did you see that?
What is she doing trying to explain this to a barber? Like, that's what I mean. The dude just released photographs. Like,
yeah,
what expertise do you have? And like, why is Allie going through this to try and convince a random dude that cuts hair in Salt Lake City?
I thought it was.
That just released photographs.
I don't know how somebody can lift their head.
To be would.
If you can send, if you wouldn't mind, in the private chat that we have between the three of us.
Michael, for being here.
Yeah, anyways, I have this whole thing on my X page. It's very revealing. The way it all laid out, very revealing. The most revealing, though, is when I super chatted in and said, "Hey, Michael, sent you a DM. I've got questions." Literally, I leave out to go play a softball game. I create a live stream It was actually going to be this one. I was like, hey, Michael, can you pull up? Can you pull up? I mean, literally benign as all can be. Like, and he goes bananas, starts talking mad shit over me, telling me to go fuck myself. Let's see. Do I have those pulled? I might not have those pulled up here. Right here. Fuck no, not after what I saw you do with Baron. Eat a bag of dicks. You're a punk and everyone knows it. Go fuck yourself, bitch. So how do you know that this is all a setup and that he is on that team? Because he's acting just like everyone on that team. He gave it away. And the fact that his theory with the microphone, with these stage photos, with how everything has been laid out just so cookie cutter, it absolutely proves that those photographs that Candace has and has had since, I'm going to go ahead and say September the 19th-ish, that they are 100% in place to set up and propagate and push out the microphone theory. Because at the end of the day, we all know something exploded under his shirt. And whether it was the microphone or the necklace, both of those go in different directions when it comes to culpability and actual criminal involvement for the aggravated murder assassination of Charlie Kirk. Because one is going to go this way and the other is going to go this way. Because Candace has already began to lay the framework with the microphone, with Philip Goldsberry's father, Philip Goldsberry's father's work. And all of a sudden it's going to turn into so-and-so had access to Philip Goldsberry's mic case, unbeknownst to him, and put a shaped charge microphone on Charlie's shirt. None of them knew it. And this will fizzle out from there because there's really no one to blame, because Philip had no idea, but somehow through Philip's father as a preacher with these overseas ties, was able to someone do research, probably Mossad is what they're going to go with, given the tone and tenor of the Sean Ryan interview last night with Candace Owens, that it's going to be pinned on some probably Mossad agent that gained access to the microphone or the hardware case that the audio visual team uses, swapped it out, and then there we go. How it was done, like it just fizzles out from there. Tyler, either the charges are dropped. More than likely, that's what's about to happen, is charges are dropped. And this plane that's on fire, that's been on fire, somehow, if they can have their way, it lands. The necklace, the pendant, goes in a completely different direction. Completely different direction. And I don't care how many episodes that Candace talks shit on Erica Kirk about this, that, and the other. Candace has to come off as being hard on Erica in all of these areas that do not matter, so that it confuses people to seem like Candace is actually being super, super critical of Erica. But at the end of the day, the main thing, the main issue, the main mechanism at which he was hit, it gets completely cruised over. There is a reason no one that is talking about this investigation on X, on YouTube, any of the platforms, there is a reason the necklace is literally like almost taboo feeling to talk about. The pendant, the necklace, there's a reason for that. And the reason for that is because out of sight, out of mind, as long as we're not talking about it and platforming it, it can't catch hold. And as long as it's contained to this crazy person in Texas and a few others, and we encapsulate them and capture their message, we're good. And so far, the strategy's worked. The tactic has worked. There is a reason that this literally gets cruised over, and it's because it's actually what was detonated and caused the wound in Charlie's neck. 100%. So these things go in different directions, and I pretty much just laid out the way that I feel that if Candace and the cabal have their way, it's going that direction. But I have to have other people. Look, I am battling a legit bot army of people. Candace talked about it last night. She literally described it last night. Only she used an Israeli bot farm, but she literally described what the tactic is, because I guarantee you she is employing this or deploying this tactic. And I'll just play it real quick for everyone. Just listen to how she describes.
The pressure. And then they start applying the pressure. The mafia starts to come in, and they'll start putting bots in your comments, having people stalk you, talking about you every single day, trying to ruin your reputation, having people email. They even have like email bots where they can have 3,000 fake emails go out and try to stop wherever you're speaking. Like, don't toast this person, she's Adolf Hitler, and just creating trouble in your life. And you can see their new fixation is Megyn Kelly.
3,000 bots?
Yeah, at events that I speak at, I have to pre-tell people that if you announce me as a speaker, you're going to start getting a bunch of emails, and you're going to think they're from real people, and they're not. They're just bots. And now that we can read the FARA docs, they're honest about the fact that they control these like Israeli bots in the comment sections on Instagram and on Facebook to make people.
So the Israeli Wire also has an Israeli bot farm.
Well, I can go back and pay, and Seth Dillon helps.
Like, she's literally giving her own playbook right here.
But I know that they have their accounts that they pay, and Seth Dillon helps out with that, with people that they pay. They're just creating an illusion of pressure. It's not real. Obviously, the majority of Americans don't support what Israel's doing and don't support Israel. So they have to create fake people. And you can read the FARA docs of Clockwork LLC, and it's totally insane. They have admitting what they're doing. Yeah, it really is something to behold, but that's what they're putting Megyn Kelly through. She's proven to be very tough, and they're also angry at her because she told the truth, which surprised me, by the way, and I have such deep respect for her over it. She was one of the few people who stood up and told the truth about what Charlie was going through in the end, as all of his friends lied about the pressure, including his wife, about the pressure he was under by Israel.
So you can literally just take out the Israeli tie that she just described, substitute her in, and that's exactly what she's doing. And she absolutely has the resources and knowledge and wherewithal to do that. And I'm telling you right now, that's exactly what she's doing to me. 100%. I'd bet it all on it. And I can literally go and show metrics of different performance things on X, on clicking on dates and pick specific dates of things. It started getting turned upside down really and truly in January. Okay. because there was really, I mean, I was asking for the video from behind Charlie. I could not fathom why someone would want to hang on to that video and only show a still shot of it when there are so many people that are invested in this investigation doing really good work that I couldn't fathom why she would want to hang on to it. So that's when things really started changing. That was when one of the massive docs, like I was doxxed big time, actually by Allie and her team of people. That Mr. Let Go that was in the chat of her show, he has this thing on Instagram called the Scooby Chat. That's where a lot of these content creators all kind of collaborate together, and not in a good way. And so everything started to click when one of the main lady self-admitted, she even flat out told me to my face, she's the one that doxed me, and my wife and my son. I saw that woman pop up as a mod in Allie's live stream. And I was like, oh, there it is. There it is. So all of these people are connected. They're all in on it together. They're all working in concert as one big team. And it's literally like it's fighting something worse than Goliath. It's like 5 Goliaths, because you really don't know who or what your enemy is, because they all hide behind cartoon profile pictures with no names. You don't know. I mean, you just don't know who you're fighting or who's in it together. You start to figure it out pretty quick, but it does take a little bit of discourse and dialogue with an account before you start kind of figuring it out. I'm telling you, I've got like a double PhD by now on psyops. I really do. It's fascinating what has been happening over the last 10 months. But I'm still here, and I'm not going anywhere. So I think that's all I want to get into tonight. I already ran longer than I planned on doing it. The key takeaways that I want everyone to understand is that this whole I just gave these to Candace thing, maybe it's right. Okay. So here he is, June 25th, which is a day after her show, that I just sent these to Candace. This is the legit Charlie Kirk transport vehicle. This is before the make ready. Okay. Right here. So this is going to be the little guy, or the guy in the orange vest, taking the photographs. And I know it's before the make ready because I can still see the grime from the road here. And of course we have the middle captain's chairs still visible. But right here on June 26th, Candace and I have been trying to figure that out. It's racking my brain. I think it's part of the mic explosive, or it ripped part of the paper bag or paper bags that were on seat. Someone said it looks like a burnt shirt, but I don't think that's it either, because it doesn't make sense. Yeah, he could be inflating things here and there. I don't think that's the case. I believe that they've been trying to figure stuff out, racking their brains. And I think it's been trying to figure out how they're going to explain these photos just now dropping to support this claim that, quite frankly, Candace has been knowing about and on since September. That's going to be the biggest thing because she absolutely talked explosion with me. I've got her on video talking about it. I've got her on text message talking about it. Yet October 27th, we've got Candace Owens telling the world that she 100% knows that Charlie Kirk was shot from the front, amongst a whole bunch of other things that have led to nowhere. So I believe there's something very deep and very dark going on with these photographs. I believe this has been in the works the entire time. I believe they staged the photographs to have the black pieces because this was ultimately going to be the direction that things were going to go at some point. They all knew it because literally we've been crying this since September. I'm going to just say the 25th for me. I can just say for me personally, 24th, 25th, that there was absolutely never a rifle gun fired that day. And that was never going to change. So whether they had the photos staged and they were going to use them in December, January, April, May, June, and here we are now, July, because yes, Charlie Kirk is still a trending topic on Twitter every day, day in, day out. It still has captivated this country, and it should. It's rightly so, because if this is what our young people can expect, if they want to aspire to be leaders in this country, I want you to listen very carefully to this. If you're a young person and you see this type of bullshit by grown adults and investigators, people that have sworn an oath to our Constitution, if you see the absolute mother of all balls being dropped, why on earth would you ever want to aspire to any sort of leadership position in this country? If this is what you're going to get, if this is what America's leaders are going to come to expect, is this type of sham, who in their right mind would ever want to be in a position that maybe their company is going to try and kill them or their security team? You're going to question every piece of jewelry you put on. There has to be a message sent, and it has to be now, today, this year, over this case, that we the people aren't going to stand for this fucking bullshit. Do you understand? Whoever it is that's pulling the strings here, you're fucking a lot of things up for generations to come, because people are going to remember this. Kids are going to remember this. They're going to remember what you didn't do. They're going to remember the time a company decided to take out its CEO. And yes, quite possibly future president of this country. So it's imperative. It's monumental that we get this correct. Because I'm telling you, when my son got into the car that day and he said, why the hell would I want to run for student council president if this is what happens to people that are in positions of power? Whether you're talking about your 8th grade student class, you're talking about the CEO of a movement, a massive movement in America that's captured the minds of pretty much anyone 30 and under that can vote. Doesn't matter if you're the prime minister of Japan and your name is Shinzo Abe and you're assassinated by a homemade gun, and your shirt, your lapel on your dress shirt does something very similar to what Charlie's shirt does. It does not matter what country you call home. We can't stand for this. If this is going to water down true talent for anyone that wants to go and rise and tackle positions of power where there might be influence, no matter how many years down the road I'm talking about. It's monumental, y'all. All right, that's all I got. I don't have any supers, so thanks for joining, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Yeah.